Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of To the Magic and Beyond. My name is Jordan and I am here with my co-host Michelle.
Hello.
And we've got producer Courtney and producer Logan. Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys for tuning in a couple days late this week.
If you're listening months from now,
Oh yeah, that's
just
true.
look at the date down
Pretend
there. It
this
doesn't
didn't
quite add
exist.
up.
Yeah, we normally release our episodes every Tuesday. This is being released on a Thursday after technology really just freaked out on us. I don't
Epic
know.
fail.
Yeah.
We had a full episode recorded, ready to go, and when I went to find it on Monday night to upload it to the interwebs, it was gone. Just disappeared. Nowhere to be found.
And no amount of Google searching and backups could help.
Existed, yeah.
It's still on 1-800-MISSING.
Yes.
We'll find it
Somewhere.
someday.
One day it'll appear
Floating
on
around
my
in
computer.
Starlink up there
Yeah,
somewhere.
probably
Yeah,
after-
Starlink has it.
Probably after we do this.
Yeah.
You'll be like, well, here's
It'll
the
pop
other one.
up. It'll be
You'll
like a
have
file
two.
already exists.
Yeah.
We'll air that one too and see which one you like better.
Yeah.
Once we find it.
But, a little over a year in, or
Yeah,
almost a year
honestly,
in, I guess,
yeah.
right?
It's amazing.
I don't remember.
that
March is when we released.
Oh, well.
Well, we started
But-
recording back in
Recording,
January.
like,
started
Yes.
recording
February.
January.
Yeah.
So it was bound.
We're
some
going
sort
on
of,
a year.
Yeah,
It's-
some sort of snafu was
Yeah.
going to happen.
It's honestly amazing we've made it this many episodes without disaster striking like that.
We've
So,
had a few behind the scenes that
yeah, like
frustrations
things
and
here and
things,
there,
but this is
but-
the first time that's caused us to delay a
we're
release.
learning. We're
Which is-
new at podcasting.
And it's just
all this
funny
gear.
that it kind of happened today, which is the day that Verizon lost its mind. And
Yeah.
I was on SOS all day.
Yeah.
Thought I didn't pay my bill, but my bill comes out automatically. But I had a little hacking. Wasn't sure if I needed to re-upload a card. I was a little confused. I had people at work
I think
going,
a lot of people were
"Can you call me? I've tried to call
Yeah.
you, text you. It's not working."
I mean, this
And
week just shows how dependent we are on
Yeah,
technology.
technology rules all, and if
Yeah.
it fails, it fails.
I finally figured out I have a electronic. It's a digital phone account for work, so that like I can call.
If you
And
have to,
you
yeah.
know, you don't get my number, my personal number, but it's on my cell phone. So it looks like I'm calling from a work number. And so I was like, oh, wait a minute. I can call out from that. Problem is, no one knows that number.
one's answering.
And the company switches it on you. So, like all the protections and
Yeah.
things. So, like, it might really be my number that shows up, but it might be some random 615 number. And then no one answers random numbers anymore.
Sure
So I
don't.
had people that I tried to call. They went, hey, I thought I didn't know that was you. Work people. They're
Yeah.
like, I didn't know. I thought it might be like a telemarketer, so I didn't answer it. And I'm like, hey, it was me.
Yeah.
Verizon was down. So yeah.
Yeah.
So today,
Yeah, my computer is just the precursor to this
the Verizon crash
crash.
of
So
2026.
who knows what happens? We don't know, but we had to re-record this lovely episode for you folks.
So here we are.
But it's an
Hope it's
important
worth
one.
it. It is
and we wanted to
important.
make sure we got
wanted
it.
to make sure it was right because this is our very first Beyond episode, as we've been
Yes.
calling it. Obviously, those of you who are listening know our podcast is called To the Magic ... and Beyond. And one of the reasons when we first started this, obviously our main goal is Disney. That will always be our main goal. We're here to give you all that information, but all of us love to travel a lot and we go to some cool places. And we thought maybe at some point with the podcast that you guys would like to hear about how those trips went in case you are also wanting to plan a trip to that location. And so we've wanted to do this for a while, but we kind of wanted to stick with Disney and Universal for the most part. But we thought kind of kicking off the new year, going into 2026, that we would give our first Beyond review.
Yeah.
So,
And so you guys traveled out on Christmas.
yeah.
Yeah. So like nothing like Christmas in the Big Apple.
Yep.
Yes, we got to go to New York City.
We actually
actual
flew out on
Christmas.
Christmas Day. Christmas
And it
morning.
was snowy.
It was. It snowed
It
in
is snow-
Our second night there,
New
I
York.
think.
It snowed in New
Yeah.
York,
It was
yeah.
cold, but
it was
it was cold our first day, but it didn't snow till our second day. But
when we
that's
flew
always
out of
magical.
Tennessee, it was not cold on Christmas Day.
Tennessee was
Yeah.
warm on
Yes,
Christmas.
it was very warm. Because we were still here.
Yeah.
We were not a part of the beyond. We were a part of the now.
Yeah.
It was not
In the
quite-
calm, yeah.
I mean,
You
it was
guys-
Christmas and it was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, we had a good Christmas. We had brunch and all that, but it was in Tennessee,
Yeah.
which is our normal.
We had a group of friends basically a year ago that have never been to New York City before. It's a couple and they have 2 girls, 2 teenagers, and they were like, we've never been to New York. We'd really like to go, but we think it'll be kind of just like a one and done experience. Like we want to say we've been, but probably not going to be a location we want to go back to a lot. So like we want to experience it at like the best time and do all the things. And Logan and I have been quite a few times. And then one of our friends, Riley, has also been, and the 3 of us were at dinner with them and we're like, well, we'll take you. Like, if you guys want to go, we'll take you. It's fine. And we're like, the most magical time to be there is around Christmas time. So we kind of joked about it for a couple of months, but there's one thing you'll learn if you're around Logan and I, that if you ask us to go on a trip with you, we're probably going to go.
I believe I just did that.
Yeah.
Believe I just
within
kinda
reason.
coerced
Yeah,
it.
if we can make it work.
If you pay us to go on a trip with you, we'll go every time.
Yeah.
But if not, we'll have to check our schedules, make sure it'll work. But if we can make it work, especially something like this, which was a year in advance, we're like,
This was
it'll
in
be
the
fine.
plans for probably longer than the podcast.
Yeah.
Almost.
Right around the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a hypothetical, we'd love to do this, became a reality.
Yeah, pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So it was a group of 7, that was my first time traveling to New York with such a big group. And I've never been on Christmas. I've been around Christmas. My birthday is in December towards the beginning. And I like to go at Christmas time because it's the best time and it's magical, but never done on Christmas. And we ended up doing it that way just because of schedules. Their girls have to follow the school schedule for cheerleading. And so Christmas Day was it, which... Cheap flights and low crowds.
Okay.
Very
at the airport.
At the airport.
We figured it would go one way or the other, and we weren't sure how flying would be, but the airport was empty.
Well, that's because everybody flew out the day before.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So,
Or the day before that.
pro tip, if you want to fly around Christmas time and you're okay flying on Christmas, airports were great. Super empty. We flew early flight out, so we had a full day there on Christmas and didn't really make any major plans while we were there because we knew a lot of stuff would probably be shut down. All the major attractions were closed. We weren't sure what would be open, but we just figured we'd roam around the city a little bit. So we took a lift.
Pre-scheduled lifts.
We did pre-schedule a lift. It's the first time we've ever done that.
But
we
being
figured
Christmas Day,
morning, we weren't sure
Yeah.
how easy it would be to get a taxi, but it's New York. So, but we pre-scheduled 2 lifts because we can't fit in one with 7 people. But it worked flawlessly.
And luggage.
And our luggage. But we sent that we were there. It tracked our flight the whole way.
Nice.
And we had both drivers pulled up within like 3 minutes of getting out there. So worked out very nice.
And Lyft was cheaper than Uber?
Lyft was cheaper than Uber. We compared both kind of leading up to it.
Because they both do the pre,
That's
right?
how Jordan and I
Yes.
usually like to
Yes.
travel. I'm not sure a lot of people have done that, but I just always had the Lyft app on my phone, and she always had the Uber app. So we started, when we travel, it's like, you check this and I'll check this, and whichever one's cheaper, we'll book it. And Lyft was significantly cheaper this
It's
day.
like $20 cheaper.
Yeah.
So per car, that saved us $40 for the group each way.
Nice.
And I use both.
And
for
pre-scheduling
work.
them, if you know, especially with the flight, because it tracks your flight, and you have like a 45-minute hour window somewhere in there once you land to call that reserved Uber or Lyft. So definitely pre-schedule if you're worried at all about it.
Yeah, worked great. Our hotel had one of our 2 rooms ready when we got there. We stayed at the Courtyard Marriott Manhattan East.
Midtown East.
Or Midtown East, sorry. Midtown East. Great hotel. Highly recommend it. Perfect location. It's right next to 2 different subway stations that we walked to very easily. It's kind of parallel to Rockefeller Center, just a few blocks east of it. But great hotel. They had one of our 2 rooms ready, so we were at least able to go drop our bags off.
Yeah, nice.
And kind of change a little bit, get ready to go out. And then our first stop was Central Park.
Sail to Central Park. And remember, throughout this is a family that's never been.
Yeah.
So they're experiencing New York. You know, the kids, it's a big world. But the adults, like our friend James, he made comments like he never actually thought he'd get to go here.
Oh.
So for him, this is surreal. This is something that's like,
You see in the
I'm
movies,
seeing
you
what I've
know.
seen in the movies in real life. But our first stop was Central Park, thinking Christmas Day, like not a lot's going to be open, but Central Park is. Well, that was what everybody was thinking.
Yeah.
Because there was plenty of
There
people.
were a lot of people there, but it's spread out enough that
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, you're not.
I don't think Central.
Shoulder to shoulder.
I don't think there's a day
Yeah.
in New York that Central Park it doesn't have people in it.
Right.
Because that's
Yeah.
their. I mean, that's you know.
I mean,
I
there
was
were
just-
locals there jogging.
Yeah,
and
I was
they're
walking.
amazed
just
at how many
doing their
people were
thing.
out doing their daily exercise.
Yeah.
I'm like,
They're just
guys,
doing their
if
thing.
you're ever going to take a break, it's Christmas Day.
Today's but not New Yorkers.
75 bikers and 100 runners out that day.
Yeah.
So many dogs.
Yeah, a bunch of people had their dogs
Yeah.
out.
They were living their best Christmas.
They
that
gotta
little
they gotta
dogs.
walk them. They
It was
gotta
cute.
take them.
Yeah, that's
somewhere.
true. That's like
They
the only grass for them to
Yeah,
go
they
to the
gotta take them
bathroom.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Now we didn't set out to do this, but we actually entered the park from like the southwest corner
yeah,
and literally
walked all the way.
walked all the way up through
Yep.
the entire.
I've
and
done that.
Went out
Isn't
the
it cool?
northeast
I've
corner.
never walked the whole
Never
park
walked the whole
before.
park?
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually I've just hung out in a little section, but yeah, we
it's
ended up
massive, so you don't realize how long it takes. But
a lot
Yeah.
of walking that day.
Yeah, you just it's
Not
every.
quite Disney walking, but it
No.
was close.
Oh.
But like everything in New York is just so different because it looks like it's just right there.
Right.
So like
It's
I know,
deceiving.
yeah, like I know when I walked, like had been up and doing all this and had done the Met and had done, and we're like, well, I mean, the Empire State Building's just just
see it.
right
It's right
there.
there.
Yeah.
We'll just walk.
Yeah. 30 minutes later.
Worst decision ever. And then we had to go up, and I took the wrong elevator because there's two sets of elevators. There's a tourist elevator, and then there's the real people elevator, the people
yeah.
that work there.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, this isn't fun.
The
And you're
signage
like,
was much better.
I feel like that's
this time.
I feel like that's like being in your hotel at Disney, and you're like, I can see Galaxy's Edge from here. Let's just walk there.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, bad choice.
Yeah, bad
choice.
choice. So yeah, but Central Park's cool.
And that was one of our, I think it was ended up being our warmest day. So it was actually kind of nice to get the,
To be out there.
Yeah, that
the
was
main outdoor.
the only
Yeah,
day
part.
I wore my light jacket.
Yeah. We all had lighter jackets on and very quickly changed to
I bet.
heavier jackets and hats. So,
Yep.
So what'd you eat that night? It's Christmas, so was anything open?
well, we kind of pre-researched that beforehand. A lot of the restaurants in the main Times Square area, like I call them touristy chains. So like Bubba Gump's,
Okay.
Planet Hollywood, Hard Rock, all of those were open and took reservations. So we made a
Nice.
reservation at Planet Hollywood.
Smart decision to make a reservation.
We still ended up having to wait about 15 to 20 minutes when we got there. Just because short-staffed. Like, I mean, they did their best. They did a good job. But at that point, I think everyone in New York who was visiting was like, "Oh no, things are actually closed.
We're hungry.
Like, I think people legitimately thought everything would stay open, and it's like, no, these people have Christmas and
Yeah. See,
jobs.
those are Disney
and-
people.
Yeah.
Because like at Disney, everything
Everything's
open.
open.
It's like it's Christmas.
But
Yeah.
interestingly enough, the Disney store in Times Square was closed.
And isn't that funny?
I know.
Because like at Disney, it's all open.
Yeah, they were
So,
open.
I think these
Yeah.
are tourists that are trained right.
Yeah.
Times Square was packed, and Jordan made a good point.
The most packed I'd ever seen it.
Yeah.
Ever.
And it's Christmas. Yeah, I get it. A lot of people want to see it at Christmas. That could be why. But tell them what you think the bigger reason.
So we kind of thought most of the stores would stay open over there since a lot of the restaurants were. But almost every single big store over there was actually closed. So the Disney store, Old
Wow.
Navy, Sephora, like Hershey's.
Yeah.
Everything was actually closed. The only store I think we saw open was the M&M store. And because it was the only one open, it had a line to get into it.
So there's
But
just
I think
nowhere.
it was so packed because there was nowhere for people to go.
I mean,
Like,
they're just wandering.
they're-
empty
Wandering the
streets.
street. There's nowhere for
Everybody
them
was
to
in Times
peel
Square,
off
but they
to.
could not go into any buildings, so we were all just forced to be in this street. And like we were literally shoulder to shoulder with people
Just walking around.
in a single
Our
file
single file line of
hanging
7.
on to each
Yeah.
other, like penguin walking our way through it. So that was a little bit of like a hard jump into New York.
The only
for
other
our
night,
friend.
the only other night that was that busy was our last night, which was December 29th. And at that point, you're getting so
Your
close
New
to
Year's Eve crowds.
your New Year's Eve crowd.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, the other nights were much better.
Yeah.
It was still a lot of people. There's a lot of people visiting between Christmas and New Year's just for various reasons. But that was a little bit, I think, of a rude awakening, a little overwhelming
Yeah.
to walk into. So if you are going on Christmas, just pack your patience pants. You need it in New York for sure.
And make a reservation
And
to
make
eat.
a reservation to eat because so many people were figuring out, like, there's not a lot of places open, and the ones
So was
that
the
are
food
open,
still good?
It was still good.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
the
haven't.
food was
I've
great.
not eaten at Planet Hollywood in Oh, it's been a minute, and the last time was at Disney. Do they still have the fried lasagna?
That's
yes,
what I
that
had.
was what Logan got.
I think it's, what is it, the LA lasagna?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, it's
My
so
favorite
good.
thing is their chicken tenders have the Captain Crunch coating in the bread. So I got the chicken tenders. I think a couple other people got burgers, but the food was great. We just had to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
But we were fine. Like we were just happy to have a place to
you were just
sit and
hanging
hang out and have fun.
Just
so
eating dinner in Times Square on
they
Christmas
did their
night.
best.
That's
We
all we needed to do.
appreciated them
'Cause
working
it was
on
Christmas.
Christmas. Like we're not going to complain. So
And then you just kind of wandered around a little bit more that night, or
yeah.
did you go to bed early?
we ended up right after we finished eating around like 10ish, I think, and we ended up walking all the way back to our hotel. So we were about 15 to 20 minutes from our hotel at that point, but we wanted to see the Rockefeller tree on Christmas, even though we knew we'd be going back, but it was on our way back to the hotel. So we just decided to kind of take a stroll, go by the Rockefeller tree, and then headed back to the hotel to try to get some sleep because we started our day at like 3 a.m. So
Yep. And that was our first night of looking for knockoff purses.
Oh, yes. One of the girls in our group learned that you could barter for knockoff designer purses, and that became her goal.
Yeah.
So
We were like, oh, don't. The one at Times Square, you can barter, but not enough.
she got them down to $80,
But it was
but her
too
goal
much.
was
We're like, just
$30.
wait
Where'd
till we
they
go to
start out
Chinatown.
Where'd they start out at?
We were on
130.
Yeah, they started
got
at
to 80?
They started at 130, came down to 80.
And we
but-
said, well, she wants to go no higher than 35.
yeah, we're like,
And the
she
guy did
only has
laugh, and he's like, I
35.
can do 80. And we told her, because we thought Chinatown. I was like, don't pay him 80. We'll get one in Chinatown. She's like, okay. So from that point on, she was looking forward to the day that we went to Chinatown.
Yeah.
That was her goal. But anyway, we'll get to that.
Do they still, is Hard Rock still in Times Square?
Yes.
It's still there. And
Yep,
do they
Hard Rock
and,
is
and
still
are they
there.
still selling all the knockoff T-shirts on the street too? Like
Oh,
the Hard
yeah.
Rock T-shirts that
Yeah.
aren't at the Hard Rock.
There were knockoff
know.
Hard Rock. There were
Probably.
knockoff
Yeah.
Labubu's or whatever.
yeah.
those. She got one of those. She ended up. We called it a Lafufu.
Oh, La Fufu.
Fake Labubu.
Yeah.
Lafufu.
But there was any knockoff of anything was
Yeah.
still out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can still get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember getting, when I was in high school, I got a Guess watch.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
Yeah, not a Guess. Pretty sure it fell apart pretty soon. But yeah.
QUESS
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
I was going to say C, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyhow, yeah, but that's fun because we don't. I mean,
It's an
Nashville.
experience. Yeah.
Nashville really we don't have that. We don't
Yeah.
have street vendors like that.
Yeah.
And so it's for teens especially. That's got to be
We gave
pretty
them the
cool.
breakdown. Like, there's going to be a lot of street performers. They're pretty cool, but if you stay longer than about 10 seconds to watch them, then you're obligated to tip.
Yep.
So just be mindful of that.
If you see Mickey Mouse, you really didn't, and they will ask you to pay to take a picture with it.
Yeah,
And he
Mickey
doesn't-
Mouse and Spider-Man. And,
And the Mickey doesn't even look good.
Yeah.
no.
No naked cowboy though. We didn't
No.
see the naked cowboy.
Oh,
I
how
think
about
he might
four
be
Statue of
retired.
Liberties?
Yeah.
Lots of Statue of Liberties, couple King Kongs.
There you go.
But yeah, it was a good first night. Learned a lot about being there on Christmas, but we had fun and then went back to try to get some sleep. And our next day we headed to the Bronx Zoo,
Nice.
which I had never done before. So that was pretty cool. It was probably about a 45-minute journey altogether, walking and subway. We took the subway a lot.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause it's
super
cheap.
convenient, super cheap.
I've been to New York 4 times now, and I've never once sat in a taxi.
Yeah. I have
done some Ubers, obviously,
have.
but Subway is
You obviously
by
didn't
far.
walk to the
Yeah.
Oh, I
Empire
walked.
State. No, to the Empire State
I've walked
Building on a
plenty,
bad
but I've
moment.
learned how to use a
No,
subway
we took
system.
the subway and then walked
yeah.
a couple blocks.
That's
But-
the way to go.
Yeah. And it's really neat now if you have Google Maps, Apple Maps, any of
Mm-hmm.
that stuff, like you can Google your location and there's a public transit button on it.
Nice.
And it will literally tell you what subway station to go to, what
To
train
get
to
where.
look for, how many stops you're on. Like it's so helpful. When the very first time I took a subway that didn't exist and I got super lost. It can be intimidating, but if you have any of those maps, we also use one called City Mapper. Any of those maps will be super helpful and get you around. So if you want to take the subway but you're intimidated, I promise it'll change how
It'll
you
help.
feel about it. So
Yeah. But I think the Bronx Zoo Day was probably our coldest day. I think
yeah, that was the day it snowed in the evening. It didn't snow during the day, so we had nice-ish weather. But we were probably one of the only people at the zoo at first, which was kind of nice.
we got there at opening.
kind of
and
a
there weren't
dream to
many.
run around a zoo and not have anyone else
And
there.
it was inside?
No, well,
some of the exhibits?
Yes. They have a lot of inside exhibits. I think they thought that through. So some of the outdoor animals, like the lions, like things like that, weren't out because it was too cold.
But they do have specific exhibits that they've thought ahead, like the giraffes and the rhinos. It was the best giraffe exhibit I've ever seen because they brought it inside and you are so close to them.
Yeah, I mean, maybe 6 feet away.
Nice.
They were so close and so cool to watch. So we spent, not just because of the weather, but we spent a lot of time inside each of the inside exhibits because they really did put a lot of thought into like how they put them together. So it ended up being really cool. We had a lot of fun.
Stayed longer than we thought.
We thought we'd spend like a few hours there, but we were there from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wow.
That's those Disney rope droppers.
We drug our friends along with us, open the clothes. Our friend Riley was really excited about the zoo too, so he was all for it.
Yeah. Nice.
It ended up being so much fun. They had a restaurant on site that was actually really, really good too. We had like Mexican like rice bowls. I was like, this is like, theme park food is kind of what you think of, but their food was great and we had a ton of fun. Froze our butts off a little bit, but not too bad.
Yeah.
And then we didn't make any plans for that night, like any hard plans. Our plan was just to go back to Times Square and experience it a little less chaotically.
Yeah.
Let the girls get some shopping in because they had really been looking forward to that. Check out some of like the New York tourist shops, like the gift shops, so they could get some things. So we just went back to Times Square that night and walked around, shopped, and we ate at a place called Junior's, which is a local New York branch.
Delicatessen.
Also famous for their cheesecake.
Yeah.
So
I found it in Brooklyn. The original one's in Brooklyn, but it's cheesecakes and
they have 2 Times Square locations. Don't take reservations, but they do have a call like a wait list you can get on ahead of time. So we just got on that and hung out around the area and shopped until our name was called and went and ate, and it was really good.
Yep.
Highly recommend Junior's.
More purse shopping or more purse looking.
Hunting down that purse.
Negotiating.
No luck.
And then it started to snow, which was so magical. Like Times Square with all the snow falling down was awesome. We
got about 5 inches maybe, give or take, of snow that overnight, but an inch or 2 was coming down while we were still out.
But we ended up walking home back to the hotel in the snow too, just because it was so pretty.
Nice.
So,
so what happens in New York? So you're there with snow. Mm-hmm. So Tennessee, we get a bad rap.
I don't ever want to hear another
no one is
person
allowed to make fun of Tennessee
from the north
anymore.
make fun of us.
They got maybe 8 inches max in some places in the city.
It was like 5.
And the next day, like, they weren't completely shut down.
Coffee shops were
But
closed.
some coffee shops were
breakfast places
delayed
were
opening.
closed.
Some places didn't open, period. And a lot of stuff had like 2-hour delays. The
train
subways were having problems. I'm like, you're underground.
It was the people
our reservation
driving them that had the problem.
Our Statue of Liberty reservation got delayed 2 hours.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that was a little chaotic because we did make an early morning Statue of Liberty. Our plan was to do Statue of Liberty and the 9/11 Memorial in the same day. And you need to give yourself time for both.
Yeah.
If you're going to do both. They're in the same part of the town, so it makes sense to group them together. But they both are time consuming.
Yes, very.
So we made our Statue of Liberty for 9:15 a.m. and our 9/11 Memorial Museum for 4 o'clock.
Gotcha.
Which you're like, that's a lot of time. Well, let me tell you. And now part of this was
used
because
every
of
bit
the delay. I think we would have had much more time, but you never know what's going to happen.
No.
We got to the 9/11 museum about 15 minutes late for our reservation. They still let us in.
Yeah.
It's no problem.
We didn't get on the Statue of Liberty like the ferry to the Statue of Liberty until about noon.
Yeah.
Because so many reservations were backed up from that delay.
Yeah.
They were trying to squeeze everybody in, and it was a long, long, long process just to get through check-in and security.
Yeah.
And then on the ferry, and then all the ferry lines were long because you go to Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island.
We didn't get there until around 10:30 because it told us the first ferry was not going to go over until 10:50.
Yeah.
So there's no point in getting there early anymore.
Because you weren't going to get on the first one anyway, probably.
Yes, but because they did the 2-hour morning delay, they didn't push back any of the other reservations. So you had us and everybody else trying to get in at one time. So it was a little bit of a cattle call.
Yeah.
A little bit overwhelming. It's normally not like that. I've done the Statue of Liberty a lot. If you plan it at the right time, it doesn't take too long to get through, but it was a process to get through.
But just because of all that, and then every time you get on a ferry to go to the next island and then come back, like it's just so much time.
It's so much waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it takes
freezing.
doing the statue. It takes a minute.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it actually started
if you're
snowing
gonna
when
go
we
out
got
there.
when we got to Liberty Island. It actually started snowing again,
Which was really cool.
so that was cool.
Seeing Statue of Liberty in the
And this was
snow.
probably our friend James's favorite day because the Statue of Liberty was one of the most surreal moments to see that thing in person. But we also backtrack real quick because of the delay and because of the location. He actually remembered that the Ghostbusters firehouse was down that direction, so we stopped by
Who
and
you
saw
gonna
that.
call? Ghostbusters.
So that was cool. And then Ellis Island,
Yeah.
which some of you may be familiar with, but
The cool part, I mean, maybe not so cool, but sort of cool, is that you experienced seeing the statue a lot like probably, if you go back and think, a lot of the immigrants who are like, think about how chaotic
Just
and
in
how many
herds of
people,
people.
there are
Oh,
lots of
yeah.
people, you know what I mean?
That's a good point.
And so they were all in line too.
It was a historically accurate
There you go. That's
representation.
it. You were like, wait a minute.
We just weren't prepared
Yeah,
for it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
again,
So-
I mean, it just shows you anything can happen. And with an attraction like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
I mean, everybody who visits New York City is coming to see the Statue of Liberty,
Yeah,
right?
it's iconic.
So I would say if you're not a crowds person, you may want to skip doing the actual experience of taking the ferry over there because any time of year it's going to be crowded, but especially like, you know, we should have been fine, but because of the scenario, it was a lot. But I mean, shout out to our group though. Like we had such a great group of people because it really could have gone south
Nice.
in so many ways.
Yeah.
But even though we were in our little
They were able
penguin
to
line,
pivot.
you know, like everyone was laughing and making jokes. And sure, by the end of the day, our feet hurt and our backs hurt and we were freezing at certain
But
points.
you were on
like,
vacation
Yeah.
in New York,
Yeah.
so it was fun.
Everybody kept a super positive attitude, and you know we were thankful for that. So also just know who you're traveling with. You know?
And the 9/11, I think you said
That
there
was
were. You told me, I
awesome.
think, on the side that there was the museum is there now.
Yes,
right.
Yeah.
we had
That's
never
what we
seen the
did next
museum.
when we got
We
back.
both of us had seen the memorials that
Mm-hmm.
they had built, but the museum was not finished the last time either of us were there. And the museum it's weird to say cool because it's not a
It's
cool
a tragedy.
thing.
Yeah.
But they've done such a great job of putting together the whole museum. Like you go down into the building and it's just floors of history, of retellings of that
pictures,
day.
news reports, shrapnel,
Yeah, actual pieces
massive
of the building.
massive pieces of the building. Sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like never before seen videos. They have like a video you could sit and watch from two French brothers that were
Journalists.
They happened to be doing a documentary on the New York firemen the day it happened.
Yeah.
And he has one of the only actual shots of the first plane going into the
'cause
building.
he was just documenting
'Cause he was
his
just
day on camera.
documenting their day out as firefighters, and one of them ended up being inside of the building when the first one collapsed. Like,
Yeah.
it was
The whole
like,
thing was
chilling
yeah.
to watch
I mean,
the
as
video.
the oldest person in the room, I very much remember Matt Lauer. Like
Yeah.
seriously, I used to watch the Today Show after I took Courtney to school, and so sitting on the couch and watching it. So I mean, I can imagine. You know, it's one of those things where it was on American soil, which not a lot if you think about
Yeah.
Oklahoma City, right? And then
Pearl
the
Harbor.
World
Pearl
Trade
Harbor.
Center twice.
Yeah,
And then
the
Pearl
bombing,
Harbor.
Yeah,
But then you think, you know, the planes for Pearl Harbor flew over so close, like you know, like if you were standing outside, you almost could put your hand up and touch them. It felt like if
Yeah.
you watch some of those documentaries. So, you know, it's something that Americans really have been blessed to not have to deal with.
Yeah.
But then now we have this reminder of
Yeah.
what happens, and
Yeah.
so it's important to go see.
Yeah.
You've got the statue on one side,
yep,
Right.
and then you've
It's
got
pretty
the
neat
bad
to do
part
them
on the other side.
back
And
to
doing
back.
the back to back, you can
Yeah.
see like America has her arms open, but at the same time, because of that,
Yeah.
sometimes you have that.
Sometimes
Yeah, and
tragedy.
I think we severely underestimated the amount of time you could spend there.
Oh yeah,
We were in there for
there
about
wasn't
3
even
hours.
that lines weren't that much of a thing. It was literally just so much information,
yeah,
so many things to read, and whether you were alive when it happened or not, there's just so much there to take in, and it's so heavy.
yeah.
They have a
So-
memorial room with pictures of every single person that passed away that you can walk through.
Yeah.
It was very it was somber and probably the most quiet, one of the most quiet museums that you would be in. And the girls in our group, they weren't alive when it happened. So it was interesting getting to before we went, we kind of talked with them about it, and they asked us questions about where we were and what we remember. And it was a little bit educational for them too. So it was an experience to get to share with them.
Yeah.
And then for all of us who were alive and had those memories to kind of see footage that we'd never seen before and read stuff. They've done a really nice job putting it all together, but you could spend hours there. You could spend your whole day there if you really wanted to.
Yeah, it's just like when you go to DC and the memorials and the museums, any place that has museums like that, you could be there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were thankful we got to experience it, but it does sit a little heavy. You kind of get to a point where you're almost okay, I can't.
Yeah.
I need to go outside.
Yeah. Did you do anything fun after that?
Yes and no.
Oh.
One thing I found the first time I went was that Little Italy and Chinatown are also real close down there. So if you can tag along all those together, it makes a great day. And so we always planned to eat dinner in Little Italy. Find a pizza place. So we went to Lombardi's, which is more Italian style pizza. It was a good
Cash
dinner.
only if you go
Cash
there.
only. I was looking more for, and it was not just for me, it was everyone, the big thin New York slices, and Lombardi's isn't quite that.
No.
We did get that
We
later,
did get that later the next night, but this night we got Italian. But we walked through Little Italy, and then the pinnacle of the day for our little girl was Chinatown.
Yeah.
She's like,
because she needed the purse.
Maddie, listen. She's commented, hey Maddie. She's like, Chinatown. She's been thinking Chinatown for 48 hours now.
Yeah, because she needs
Like,
the
we're going to
$35
Chinatown
per
today,
day.
Meanwhile, the adults are like, okay, Chinatown, 10 p.m. Are we going to be able to? Okay, I think we'll be okay.
And we were okay, but on a very snowy day, the vendors were not out there.
By 10 p.m., it was too cold for the Chinatown.
Come out.
Yeah, because they wanted more than $35.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
So we could not find
We
a
found
purse.
zero purse. We found one that was very close to it, actually, in Little Italy. But it did
But
not have
again,
the
we were
right
like,
strap.
it's not exactly what you wanted, and we haven't gone to Chinatown yet.
Yeah,
So we should be fine.
but it didn't work. So she never got her purse, but is okay.
We owe her a Christmas present.
Yeah, we have to find a $35 knockoff purse. So if anybody,
I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to
knows where
find
get
it on.
Yeah. I think
Amazon.
that's what she said. There's some
Amazon.
internet website. She's like, I'll just go on there and get one.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So we spent a lot of time searching, a lot of
then you-
walking, didn't quite work. But
And then headed back.
Headed
That
back.
was a day.
Yeah,
That was the
that
day.
was the day. We were all real tired.
And almost every night we hung out in the hotel lobby, just
Yeah.
kind of game planning for the next day.
Pre-planned
That was
next
nice
day.
too. To
Yeah.
have.
Some hangout time. So I know that one of the things that we talked before you guys went, where you were going to do ice skating
Yes.
and Top of the Rock, I think.
Yes. Yep. So our next day we got up, slept in a little bit, gave
Yeah.
ourselves some rest. We started the day with Empire State Building because so Empire State Building, then Top of the Rock is the Rockefeller Center building, which is also has a high viewpoint. So we wanted to see the city in the daytime and at nighttime. So we planned those same day, went to Empire State Building. Super great. They also have a new museum in there that you walk through before
nice.
you go all the way up to the top. So that was cool to see. That was new. Had no problems. We booked a lot of these using a site called City Pass, which they have for a lot of different cities.
Yeah.
You do have to pre-schedule all your times though. So if you use the City Pass, you got to pre-schedule your time, but it's super easy with a reservation. Walked right on in, saw the city during the day, super pretty. Came down, and then our plans for the afternoon was me and Logan and the two girls were going to go ice skating at
Nice.
Rockefeller Center, and then the rest of our group went and did the NBC tour. So
Okay.
it's a couple neat things you can do over there.
Yeah.
The ice skating was awesome. It was so cool to get to do it
Kind of a
by
bucket
the
list.
actual Rockefeller tree.
Yeah.
You get an hour window to skate. You have a little pass on. And
It's a little pricey. There are other skating options in New York, and
Central
one in Central
Park
Park and
and
one
Bryant
at
Park.
Bryant Park. But for us, it was worth the money because it's Rockefeller Center.
Yeah.
And you've got the tree and you've got the gold statue, and it's iconic.
Yeah.
So for me, one time bucket list, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Get
I
your
didn't-
tickets in advance though,
Yeah.
because they do run out
Yeah.
and they are more expensive at peak times.
Yeah, I bet they are. Yeah. It's New
Prices
York.
fluctuate, so make sure you get those in advance because we waited and had to pay like $20 more per ticket.
Oh.
So
Okay.
But
Get
while
'em
we did
early.
that, the other three were at the NBC Studios tour, and they had a good time, I think.
Yeah.
So.
And then y'all did the Top of the Rock same day
yeah,
that night?
we did the Top of the Rock that night. We got like there was a place called Dough that we got some donuts from as like a snack to get us through.
Okay.
And did Top of the Rock night viewing. Got to see the city at night, which was super beautiful. They also have a thing called the Skylift, which is all the way at the top of the building.
The very top
and then
deck
you get in this little like circular
enclosure. Not fully enclosed.
Not
It's just got a
fully,
glass wall.
Yeah. Logan was higher than taller than the glass wall.
Yeah.
Like it's like 5 feet tall. I don't know. But then the platform rises and spins just a little bit, and then you get a little bit higher of a view as you're spinning.
Yeah.
So we decided to go for it because YOLO.
So everybody did
Everybody
everybody
did.
fit?
ended up.
Yeah, it's not that
it's
small.
big.
It's
Okay.
I'd say it's about half the size of this room. About the size
Okay.
of half of this room. So you
Okay.
can fit easily. You could fit 15 or
Probably,
20, but
yeah.
I think they limit it to 10.
10, yeah.
And we had 7 in our group.
So we
plus
got a solo
the
ride.
guide.
Yeah.
So you
There is
go
a
up there
guide.
and they
Oh,
take
and
a
the guide
picture.
comes with
Yes,
you?
the guide comes with you.
But it rises about 3 stories up higher than the top deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just in circle. Like you're not, even if you fell off of that, you would just fall down to the top deck. It's not like you're going to fall off the side of the building.
I mean, it's
Yeah, it would still be 3 stories. It would still be uncomfortable.
Still scary.
I mean, it would be
Have
terrible.
you ever been out on a balcony at like the 4th floor of a hotel?
Yes, but you're not on the 4th floor, so you're going to feel like you're falling to your death, and then you're going to stop early.
You're just going to fall 3 floors. It's not going to be comfortable, but I'm saying you're not going to fall 100 floors.
Yeah.
One out of the 7 of us was not a fan of heights, so he just hung on in the middle.
Who was that?
Riley.
I would say there were a couple that were not a fan of heights.
Yeah.
Me and Riley could have hung out in the middle
But the
together,
rest
and it's
of
not the
us,
height;
yeah.
it's that we're all gonna die.
But we did not peer pressure him, okay? Everyone else said they were going, and he said he would not be left the only
Yeah.
one who didn't do it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it reminds me in Chicago, they have the building, the big, I don't remember if it's the Sears, whatever tower
Yeah.
it is, but you can
can
get it and you
lean.
do the lift out.
yeah.
Where it leans you out.
That would make me a little nervous.
Yeah. Because if
that's
it-
just a
yeah.
hinge waiting to break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And when it
that
breaks,
would-
you're going all the way.
Yeah.
When the sky lift on
I'll
Rockefeller
pass.
Center breaks, you're just going to fall 3 floors. That's all.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
all. It's fine. Minimal damage.
It's not like you're on top of the Empire State Building.
Right.
But
That was a cool
anywho.
experience.
So what did you eat after that?
That's when we got the classic big slice
York style
of New York
pizza.
pizza.
It was like $4 a slice, and we all pigged
Like
out.
at a window where you're just walking
Well,
around with it?
This did have some seating.
Okay.
So you walk in, you order from the counter, they heat your pizza up, and then they have
I would
like
have- yeah.
4 or 5 tables in the
I would
back.
imagine
Okay.
a true New Yorker buys it at the window and walks. Like the door's propped open.
Gotcha.
You walk in, they've got true Italians in there slinging pizza. Like it was awesome. But I mean, we all
We
pigged
ate
out.
so much pizza.
It was the cheapest meal we had and the most food we ate.
Yeah.
We all
it was
went
called
back for
Little
seconds.
Little Italy is the right. Little
Yeah, it
Italy?
was called Little Italy.
It's the name of
Yeah.
this pizzeria.
But it was
They've got
in
a few
Times
of them.
Square
Yeah.
that we went to it.
Nice.
So it satisfied the cravings. So.
Yeah. So you ate and then went to bed?
Went to bed because our
passed
nights kept
out.
getting later and later and later each time. So we
Yeah.
probably got back to the hotel at like 11:30 or midnight.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went to bed, and then next day we hit up the Natural History Museum that they have there, which is one of the coolest museums. Highly
Night at the
recommend
museum.
it. Yes, where Night at the Museum was filmed. It ended up being our one rainy day. So everyone else
nice.
also went to the museum though.
Oh, yes.
So it was pretty crowded.
Gotcha.
As was a lot of other things that week. So, and we didn't plan it to be on the rainy day. That's just how our schedule worked out. But,
Yeah.
it was nice to be inside, but everybody also was inside. But we spent about half our day there. Planned to be able to take a break. And then we had our big Broadway show that night.
Nice.
So we went and a little Disney touch. We did go to see The Lion King on
it's so
Broadway. Logan and I had never seen it on Broadway.
Riley was the only one that had seen
Yeah.
it, and so this was it, for us.
On Broadway
honestly, when
or period?
On Broadway. Well,
Okay.
period, yeah.
Yeah.
But when we first started planning this, Broadway show was a no-brainer. We're going to do one. So that's
Well,
one of the
yeah.
first things we actually selected was which show. and it was going to be Lion King. So this was kind of the pinnacle of our trip.
Family friendly show.
Yeah.
But we also wanted to pick one the majority of us had not seen. And even though we all love Wicked, we'd all seen Wicked, and there were some others that may or may not have been family friendly, and so we settled on The Lion King's a massive
Not
deal.
settled, but
Settled on, not settled for.
Yeah.
We settled on Lion King because it was
it's just
the number one
It
show
was
on Broadway.
fabulous.
it's
So
stupendous.
it was really good.
I just
So
love it.
good.
Go
the
Disney.
music, the lights, the costumes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah.
a few of us got some merch from the Lion King.
Yep.
I think our friend Riley said that's the first Disney merch he owns.
Yep. But he's
But
got
he's
some
got it.
merch now. So
If you're,
There a
you,
picture
you
in it?
can't see
Oh,
it. And
top
you
left.
can't see it. Yeah, hang on.
It should be on camera.
It's on camera.
It's on
Mom.
camera.
Yeah.
For those of you just listening on Spotify, if you want to tune on over to YouTube,
she's got her little
Michelle stood
Lion
up
King
and got her
stuffed
little
animal
Lion King
from the
stuff.
show.
Katie's.
It's Katie's.
Aw.
Is that from the show?
It is.
Yeah.
That's
This is
awesome.
merch.
They
Nice.
can have
The tea
that.
pack.
Yeah.
We got a ornament.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Riley got 4 pins that go on like your
And a
lapel.
Yeah, he has. He's held up very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
I'm glad you
That's
brought him
awesome.
down because some of our early videos here, he was cut off up there, but we
Yeah.
Yeah,
got
now
him in the
he's-
picture now.
It's his
now he's
moment.
visiting. It's
This
his
is
moment.
His moment.
But
Is
yeah,
that Simba or
Yeah.
is it Mufasa?
Yeah.
Do you know? We'll say it's Simba.
Yeah, we're gonna just say it's Simba.
It's not
Yeah.
Scar.
We're holding him up. It's not Scar for sure,
No.
but it's
Scar was probably my favorite character in the.
Oh, he's great.
in the
He's my
musical.
favorite
So
character in
good.
general.
Yeah.
not in the
he's
movie,
really good.
but in the musical.
Oh no, I love
he
him
was.
in the movie.
Yeah. The guy who played him, I actually got to see him as Bert in Mary Poppins on Broadway a long
Really?
time
Wow.
ago, which that's one of
Nice.
my favorite shows I've seen on Broadway. But to go from Bert to Scar, I was like, how's this going to work? Because he was like
Yeah.
the perfect Bert.
Yeah.
And then to be Scar, he was so good. He did
Yeah.
such a good job.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
And we actually saw him afterwards. One of the cool things about Broadway, at least this time around, is
They do it at all the shows.
and we didn't do it
usually.
intentionally, but we just took our time getting out of the theater. We went down. We're like, okay, we got to go find a place to eat. We're gonna walk around, and we were standing under the covering, and it happens to be where all of the
The
cast,
stage door.
the
Yep.
stage door where all the cast comes out at, and the guy that played Scar walked out in his street clothes, walked out on the
We're like, great job.
on the Broadway,
Yeah.
like, hey man, good job tonight. And he's like, thank you.
Like,
and
oh,
then
thank you. 'Cause
we
he's
saw-
British.
Yeah.
saw the girl that played little Nala, and she was taking pictures, and our friend Maddie got a picture with her. And
Oh, nice.
we saw the guy playing Mufasa. I mean,
We saw young Simba.
we saw young
He
Simba.
was leaving. They have the cute little Letterman jackets that the kids get
Did we
to
see
wear.
Rafiki?
We did not see Rafiki
No.
leave.
And I want to shout her out. That was the only understudy we got that night,
Really?
She was
and
great.
she killed
That
it.
would be such a hard part to
Wow.
be an understudy.
She did so
Oh
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, oh wow, that's
Yeah.
a lot to
There's a
So-
lot going on there.
Yeah, just Broadway on New York is so common. It's so popular, but it's so common that they
Yeah.
just walk out the street
Yeah.
and head on home. You
It's
know?
like country music stars in
Yeah.
Nashville.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. They're just taking the subway home.
Just going to Publix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going to Publix.
That's it.
Sprouts.
That's it. Well,
ABC Corner
Yeah.
Store.
That's it.
I don't
But
think
yeah,
they have those in New York.
Fabulous time there, and then we needed to get a late dinner. So we ended up going to the famous Ellen's Stardust Diner,
Nice.
which is diner food. But
Yeah.
the big thing there is that all of your waiters and waitresses sing
Okay.
while you're dining.
Nice.
So you get Broadway songs, other types of songs.
Oh, 80s, 90s,
80, yeah.
current pop. They sing
It's
everything.
A very popular restaurant and very hard to get into. They don't do reservations. You have to stand in line. But we're like, oh, it's late enough. Maybe it'll be fine. But we had a group of 7.
Yeah.
And we got there and there was a line. And we
Oh,
asked some of
man.
the people, they're like, oh, we've been waiting about 30 minutes. And it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And we're
Yeah.
like, we're probably not going to wait.
Not gonna
But while we
wait.
were standing there, one of the employees was coming down, like asking everybody their numbers, and it was like 2, 2, 2, 2, and she gets to us, and we're like 7, and she's like, I can do something with that, and we're like,
Get out of here. You're
this
kidding
is the
me,
first
right?
time having 7
Yeah,
people
7
instead of
was a
2
good
will pay
thing.
off.
I
but
actually
sure.
thought she was joking. I was like, was 7 really? You're
Yeah.
kidding
And she's
me,
like,
right?
everyone's here. We're like, yeah. She's like, okay, go up to the door and tell them you're a party of 7. We were like,
Sure enough, they had a table for us.
what?
Nice.
That was like our pixie dust moment.
There
of the
you
trip.
go. There you
Sorry.
go.
We need to think of a term for New York
Yeah.
pixie dust. I'll get on that.
Yeah.
Apple
Stardust.
Stardust. Oh yeah, Stardust Diner. It was like
Stardust.
Stardust.
Just Stardust. You were
Thank you.
Stardusted.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking
Our
applesauce.
waitress knocked it out of the park, and she
Big apple.
applesauce.
The big applesauce moment.
It was our applesauce moment.
All the slush from the snow feels like applesauce on your feet.
Yeah.
Snow cream.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Dirty
Stardust works for this moment, but I
Yeah.
like applesauce.
Yeah, but
So that was
our
cool.
waitress knocked it out of the park. She ended up being the one to sing "Defying Gravity."
Oh,
She
nice.
killed
Yeah,
it.
and-
So we got a little wicked after all.
We did, and she killed it. So one of the cool things there at the Stardust Diner, at the beginning of the dinner, they mentioned that a couple of their current employees, waiters and waitresses, just got their first Broadway gigs recently. And then also you look around and there's painting, or not painting,
Pictures.
portraits all over the wall
Yeah.
of former employees that have now gone on
Nice.
to star on Broadway. So
Yeah, so it's
our
pretty
waitress
cool.
did Defying Gravity and knocked it out of the park.
Killed it.
But it was fun. It's a fun cap to the night and to the week because it was so late and everyone was tired and we had just seen a show, and then you get to go to dinner, and at this point you're thinking, I just want to get some food, but we actually got like dinner and a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got
So-
2 shows in one night.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Yeah,
Dinner.
basically.
Yeah.
And then
And
we
then-
got
and
back
then,
to our room at like 12:30 in the morning, and we had to get up at like 3:30 or 4 to go to the,
For the airport, and we pre-ordered a lift again.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
And
glad
both-
for the
and
pre-order.
the 2 lifts
Yes.
showed up right on
Exactly
time.
on
And all you had to
time.
do was roll out of bed.
Yep.
Yep.
Literally.
We got back at 12:30, packed our suitcases, and then I mean I probably was downstairs in 3 minutes after I woke up. So
Yeah, we were all trying to be. It's
I don't want to move it too far. We forgot 2 things that happened the day before, and I want to make sure we touch on them. Number 1, you and I discovered on the first night, and it took
Oh,
us
yeah, I
3
was
days
about
to
to
go
say
back.
this one.
You were? Go ahead.
yeah. Well, for Friends fans,
Yeah, because
which
you're in New York.
we
You can't
are
go to New York without
massive
friends.
fans. They just opened a brand new coffee shop in Times Square called Central Perk.
Yep. They've got
It's
the
got
couch.
the Friends couch, Friends
Nice.
merchandise. The menu is all sorts of things named after the TV show. It is such a
Who would have
cool
thought
place.
it took
it's
them that long?
right in the
I
middle of
know,
Times Square.
Right?
I
Like,
know.
They could
How
have
have
been
we
making
not had
money
one
off of
before?
that 20 years ago.
Right. Someone just now was able to afford the
Now, as
licensing.
a so, yeah,
happened.
but the location's got to be so expensive.
Oh, they've got to be
A-
paying so much
A
money
true
for
Friends
that.
fan would know that's not where Central Perk was. It
Yeah.
wasn't
Right.
in Times Square, but they've
But-
put this tourist
Yeah.
Central
Yeah.
Perk in
Yeah.
Times Square. And so
Yeah.
Jordan and I got up earlier that morning and went to go grab some
Yeah, we got
coffee
some
there.
coffee
there.
from there
Pictures.
and met them at the museum because we
Cool.
wanted to. Yeah, but it was
Yep.
really cool. So if you're a Friends fan, you definitely have to
Gotta
check
go
that out.
there.
What
Yeah.
was your other?
The other one, oh, what about what are you wearing?
Oh, my shirt.
Yeah, in between, before the show and after the museum.
Mm-hmm.
We all,
Bryant Park during the it extends further than Christmas, but probably November through mid-January.
It's not a
Bryant
Christmas
Park
market.
has what they call a holiday market.
Yeah.
Nice.
Meant to kind of mimic what you would see if you went to Europe at that time of year.
Yeah.
So lots of local vendors, food shops, all of that stuff, and you can get cute shirts and everything. So I got a Christmas in New York shirt from a store there. It's super cute to check out, and then also they have the ice skating over there,
Nice,
so you
yeah.
can kind of do 2 things. But
I didn't want to leave that out because that was something we were trying to go to every day,
Yeah.
but we were trying to figure out when we
when
could
to
fit
go
it
to
in.
it, yeah,
And
it's
it ended
open.
up
I
being
think
the last
like
night.
10 a.m. to 8 p.m. I think most days. It was open on Christmas, but limited hours.
Yeah.
That
So-
ended up being where several of you all
Yeah, got our
got your
souvenirs.
souvenir shirt.
Yeah.
A couple, 3 or 4
Just
of
a
you.
lot of more like cute boutique style
Yeah.
shirts,
But not a
versus, like, the
$35
typical.
handbag.
No,
no,
no. More so
$35.
like think
More like $100 handbag.
I gotcha.
like
Yeah,
like there was
yeah,
a
yeah.
store that had a whole bunch of ties and fedoras and things
Yeah.
like that, and there's a store that had a whole bunch of Christmas ornaments. So
Yeah.
those types of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
yeah, I mean, we crammed a lot into
Yeah.
a few days, but everyone was troopers. We do New York like we do Disney, sun up to sundown.
There you go. Yeah.
Sundown to sundown.
Yeah,
Sundown
you're right.
to sundown. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a lot. Yeah. There was a lot of nighttime involved.
Yeah, yeah. It was, I mean, I love being there around Christmas time. I would say if you don't love crowds, target earlier in December because you'll still get all of the Christmas, the magicalness
Yeah.
of Christmas without the crowds. Because there were lines to get into a lot of stores. We did do FAO Schwartz
Yep.
one night. But that
yeah.
one had we went at a off time, like right before it closed, and we still had to wait about 15 to 20 minutes to get in.
Yeah.
Um,
Do they
whereas
still have the giant teddy bear in
they
there?
do have the giant teddy bear.
they?
We did not get to jump on the piano, which was James's
Yeah,
dream,
yeah.
and
I
we're
saw
so
it.
sorry.
Yep.
but
I actually did. Yep.
Why did we
we
not
didn't
get to play on
do
the
it
piano?
because some family rented out basically FAO Schwartz for after hours, and they had it blocked off so
They were
could
having
do
a
nice
private dinner next to the piano after hours, so they had the piano
And while we
blocked
were in
off.
there, they had a private shopper that was taking them around and giving them a tour and giving them all the things. And I don't
And
know
they had
what
a
these
bag.
people did for a living.
And if you wanted
kids
it,
were
you just put it in
loading
the bag.
up.
The
I don't
private
know what
shopper
these
walked
people
around with a
did
giant
for
bag, and
a
they just
living.
put stuff in the bag. Now, I will say that I interacted with the husband.
Very
He
nice.
seemed super cool,
Super down to
chill.
earth people. Like you
Yeah.
would probably never know, but
I-
we were
I even
just like,
stopped
It's the
him.
same people. I'm just telling you. It's
We-
the same people when we go to Disney that are with the plaids, and you look at them
buying
and you go,
the premiere pass.
Yeah, this had to be the.
I'm like,
10
dude's a
times the plaid
mechanic. I'm a
Yeah.
nurse. Why can't that be me? Like
I
I'm
don't
in the
know
wrong
what that
field.
cost,
We were
but they were
standing-
about to have a private dinner by
Yeah.
the giant piano once the store closed.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember what those toys were either, the cat toys or whatever.
Where?
Yeah.
At? Oh,
that they were putting in the
the
bag.
Jelly cat.
Oh,
Yes.
the jelly cat.
They have a jelly
Wow.
cat experience over there that you have to like make a
In
reservation
FAO
for, like
shorts?
Yeah.
like 3 months in advance, and they
Yeah.
just watch these kids.
Some
right-
family of ours just
Yeah.
they were in New York and they went to
Well, they-
the
Yeah.
This
and I didn't
family
even
did
know
that after
was a
hours.
thing.
So we were in
Yeah.
line to buy our toy that we were.
It was
the group
closed,
and it
but
was
we were-
closed, closing time, but the line was long, and the family with their private shopper walked by,
Was
and I'm like,
overdoing
look,
it.
I'm going to ask him. I said, hey, are you the one? Are you the guys that had the piano rented out for dinner? And he was like, oh yeah, that was us. I was like, how was it? He said, well, we're headed there right now. We haven't even had dinner yet, so we'll let you know. And we look back, and he's actually going over to the Jelly Cat. Like
They did the jelly
the
cat
Jelly Cat.
experience.
Wow.
Like
They
I
went
don't
out
know
to
what
dinner.
they'd be paying, but
they were super nice. I just
also we
well,
thought
the
about
jelly cat I think is really just by itself
is expensive.
is very expensive.
Yes.
Like and
blocking off the
I'm
famous
not into
piano
cats.
to eat dinner is probably
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought about, because he was kind of nice, being like, will you let our
5
friend jump on that
figures?
piano real quick? Because he's been waiting since this movie came out to do it. And you ruined that for him.
Sir, if you ever listen to this podcast, it was December 29th, 2025.
It's hilarious.
But you guys were really nice. So
Yeah. You're very nice people, but also, like, what do you do for a living?
Can you pay for us to fly back up there to play on the piano?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or pay for my plaid experience.
Yes.
At Disney World.
But anyways, it's a lot of fun going at Christmas. I don't know that I would choose to go over Christmas again.
Yeah.
I would definitely go
I went
earlier
right
in
after.
December.
I went like the 2nd of January.
Yeah.
And the tree's still up. Like
Yeah.
Rockefeller.
They
The
leave
I
a lot
Rockefeller
of
went
Center
on.
tree
I think
is
I
up.
went on like the 8th or the 10th or something of January once before, and it
Yeah.
wasn't.
It wasn't.
So I don't
Yeah,
think
you-
so. This
you
was
probably
back
got to go
15 years
like
ago.
yeah. I was there just literally right
Yeah.
after
Right
New
after.
Year's.
Yeah, and you can still see it. And also being there between Christmas and New Year's, you get to see them setting up for the New Year's Eve show that they do. Like literally the day after Christmas, they had parts of it blocked off and were building the stage.
Yeah.
So like we got to see the ball being
On the-
put up
the last
and then
couple
kind of
nights
like
That's the closest
testing
I would
it.
ever come to the
Right.
ball.
That's what we said. We're like, we're glad we got to see it, but I would never be there
Because
on
I'm
New
going
Year's
to bed.
Eve.
Yeah.
And we did get to see Ryan Seacrest out
Yeah.
filming some promos.
So
So
as small as
you
the
can-
is
you
he as
know,
small as I think he is?
he
He-
didn't
I don't know.
look
He was
as
up on a
short.
stage.
He didn't look as short as I
Hard
was
to say.
expecting him to look.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I know he's tiny.
Yeah.
He was just up there talking to
But
people.
he was on
and
like a platform, so
Oh,
it
yeah.
didn't, you know.
Yeah.
But
the ball was in the background. Ryan
yeah.
was out
So
there.
it's
but
also
it
a
was-
good way to experience some of that stuff without actually
Yeah.
being there on New Year's
I
Eve.
gotcha.
So
Well,
it's
good.
definitely a cool experience. I think if you love Christmas and it's something you'd like to experience, it's worth doing. Just prepare for crowds, plan in advance. We booked our hotel in like July.
Yeah.
Like they
they
hotels
never
do,
went down.
but then they do sell out.
Yeah.
So
Make
book
sure that
early, make all your reservations for all of your activities that you're doing, plan extra time to get anywhere or do anything because there's going to be crowds. But we're glad we did it. We had so much fun. And hopefully you found our review helpful.
Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the Beyond.
And if
Yeah.
you
With a
didn't,
few
just
Disney
pretend you
touches.
did.
there'll be some more beyond.
Yeah.
To the Apple and beyond.
To the apple and beyond.
Yeah, there'll be more beyond in 2026.
Yeah.
There'll also be some magic, but there'll be some beyond.
Get ready for some magic in the coming weeks.
Coming
Amen. We're going to Disney World.
Woohoo. Tune in next week for our pre-trip.
Oh, is that next week?
Don't miss it.
Spoiler alert. It's only 5 days from now.
Teaser. Yeah, you won't have to wait as long
That's
for the
it.
next episode.
Here it comes. Yeah.
But thank you guys for listening. Thank you for waiting a couple extra days for the episode. We appreciate you. And we'll see you guys in about 5 days for the next one.
There we go.
That's it for now on To the Magic and Beyond.